Do we have any sound now? Who is outside? I do not know why we don't have any sound or haven't had any sound. I'm hoping third time lucky. That's what I'm hoping. Is it going to send out a notification? How do I know? Maybe we're not to connect before Christmas. That's sad, isn't it? I could just do a recorded reading. That's a good idea. Can anyone hear me? Okay, Lucy, can we hear you? Oh, I've got sound. Can anyone hear me? They just haven't sent a notification out. Okay, well, I think we've got sound. You can hear me, Moon Cookie, now. Yeah, I had to turn the phone off. And I just turned the phone off, turned it back on again. And then the phone started making sounds like dun 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 dun. And it's like, okay, so now you want to make some noise. Happy Christmas Eve, Moon Cookie. Let's hope that Cynthia and Sherry, no notification went out. What's going on? Who's messing with the energy? You had to, click on the line. I have to click on the line. There we go. There we go. No notification though, was there? I don't think. My cake just went into the oven. Well, okay, don't get distracted now. But, all good. I'm not going to be on for long anyway. I was reading a songbook for the masculines. I'm not going to do it again. It just says about how terrible everything is about themselves. So Merry Christmas Eve. Merry Christmas Eve. It's exciting, isn't it? Like really excited. So I went to the pub after work and then met Megan and Jamie. So I was like in the pub for like 5 minutes, I think. And I just ordered like a double Jack Daniels and Coke. So I had to like down that. And then I've been hanging with Megan and Jamie. They've gone home now and taken all the presents back to theirs for tomorrow. And I'm just waiting now for Emily to get home. And then I'll get an early night because that's what you do on Christmas Eve. The morning comes quicker, doesn't it? Because Santa's coming. And got a couple of days off of work, which, that's it. It's here. The shops are closing. That's it. They'll all be shut now for a day. And it's, I don't know, it's just come around really quickly, hasn't it? How did the guys at work like your cake? They loved it. And the lady from the stitching shop, who's, does alterations in clothing and in the stitching shop, I gave her a slice. And she came in today and said, thank you so much for my chocolate, like Yule log. I only gave her like a little sliver. And in return, she had bought me like this slice of lemon curd cheesecake. I was like, you didn't have to. She went, no, Merry Christmas. I mean, I've had a fantastic couple of days of I'm just realising my blessings that are coming in. So, cheesecake today. I cried today as well. I met this gentleman and his wife, and he was, let's say, in his 80s. I don't know how old, but I'd say in his 80s. And he wanted to buy a shirt. And it was in packaging. I said, should I, take it out of the packaging so you can have a look at the design and, you know, how big it is. And so we done that. And as he kind of held it up, I noticed how like blue and sparkling, like really captivating eyes he had. And I said to him, you know what, let me get my words out. You know what would look nice with that shirt is like a blue waistcoat. I said, your eyes. I said, you've got like really twinkling eyes. And he's looking at me and he starts giving me like these eyebrows. I said, hey, you know, enough with the eyebrows. And anyway, so his wife, I don't know how we then got onto the topic, but he just said to me, it was love at first sight. I went, excuse me? He said, it was love at first sight. We've been married like 62 years and it was love at first sight. And it took her a couple of weeks, he said, for her to come around, but I knew straight away. And it was just beautiful. And he tells her every day that, you know, she is his true love. And it was so nice to hear a masculine, like, that's just, I said, stop, because you're going to make me cry. And then when they left, I saw them outside and they walked past holding hands. It set me off. It was just the twinkle in his eye. Absolutely adored her. Oh my God, I'm such a sucker for love. I am back. I had to shut down the phone. Took me a minute to work out how to do that. Megan called me earlier. I don't know how to answer a call on it. So I was sitting in the pub and it's like, Megan's calling you. I said, yeah, I know. How do you answer it? So I'll just call her back. And yeah, so what else? So that happened today, and the lemon curd happened today. Another thing that happened today was, I know a lady who used to work with Emily, my daughter, when they worked in a restaurant. And she had said to me, will you meet like my friend at work and like give her a tarot reading? This was like quite a few years ago, maybe 6 years ago maybe. And as soon as I met this lady, it was the eyes again. And I looked at her, I said, oh, you're an angel. And she was like, I said, yeah. Anyway, she's stunning. She's just like immaculate. She's just stunning, but troubled a little bit. So I've done a tarot reading for her before, and then she's invited me over to her house to do like a girl session where I would take, it wasn't just girls, it was boys as well. Well, adults, I mean, she's in her, let's say, 30s. And I'd done a session in the summer. This was like quite a few years ago as well. In the summer for like a party of people, and I just take them like into the house and just have like a tarot session with them like privately. But the other day I bumped into her just passing. It was like, hey, how are you? You know, it's lovely to see you. Take care. That was that. Well, today I'm at work and it was like a busy time when like the shop just had quite a lot of people in it, and I work solo. So I'm here trying to deal with like 4 different sets of like customers. But all of a sudden, she just comes breezing in to the shop, works her way through like all the aisles, comes over, she went, I just needed to come and say to you, Merry Christmas. And I said, Merry Christmas, darling. And she said to me, and she leaned in, she said to me, I done it. I got rid of all the negativity in my life. I said, okay then. And she said, and I need you in my life. I was like, okay, we'll chat after New Year, yeah? Merry Christmas. So, and it was just quite bizarre because all these customers, so we're just like, what on earth is that that's just... It was how she went, I need you in my life. I said, okay, we'll catch up after Christmas, yeah? In the new year. We arranged to meet up. It was just very... I done it. I got rid of all the negativity in my life. I'm like, okay, so yeah, that happened today. And something else happened today as well. Like, this one's just a shocker, okay, because I come outside of work, I'm going on my break, and I come out the shop, and opposite us is a charity shop, and it's a lovely charity because the gentleman in there, he's like hands-on, so he goes off to Africa, and they've like built these schools, and he's schooling all these children and providing them with uniform, and so that's the charity shop that's opposite where I work. Well, I go opposite. I come out, and opposite me are these, I'll show you, okay, are these 3 presents. Outside the charity shop. I'm going to show you them. Okay. One moment, please. Okay. Where's my coffee? Happy Christmas. Bear wants to play Snakes and Ladders. Awesome. I love Snakes and Ladders. Let me show you, okay, what I got. Well, first, as I bring them over, first of all, let me tell you about what happened, not yesterday, but the day before. So my colleague, her daughter is actually a manager of another charity shop, and she had had a donation of beauty products, but she's not allowed to sell them because you don't know if they've like been tampered with or anything like that. So she has all these beauty products, and I'm talking like boxes of like all these beauty products, and she says to her mum, come round to the shop because I can't sell this stuff, and see if you want any of it. So I go around. My daughter's just come home. Emmy, I'll speak to her in a second. Anyway, so I go round there and rummaging through all this stuff, and I'm pulling out all this stuff. I've got 2 girls, so, and I bring it home. Okay, and last night I see Emily, and I say to her, I've got all this stuff. Anyway, so we research. I said, I think this is quite good stuff. So we research these products. And when we added it up, the bag of products that I had come to £1,105.10. I don't know where Emily got the 10 pence from. Hi, yeah, I'm live, so I wouldn't come in front of me like that if you don't want to be seen. But I can cover the camera if you want to go and sit in the corner. I'm not going to be long, darling. I know. So, you're like, don't know where these, there was this cream, and we got £125 for this cream, and then like an under eye cream, £110. It's like, I was outside, I wonder what that sound was. Anyway, so Merry Christmas, Emily. She's gone upstairs. She's gone straight upstairs. So she'll be getting changed. She'll come down. I shall tell her that you said Merry Christmas. She can't really get past without being in sight of the camera unless she crawled like on the floor. She's cool. Anyway, shall I show you what was? So we had that, and it's like, this is, and I remember that I said to Emily, when was it? It was the 12 days, the last 12 days of November. And I said, it's something about you're going to be receiving gifts or you're going to receive blessings. So, beauty products. Lemon curd cheesecake. Being told that you need it. I mean, come on. What else has happened? Let me show you. Let me show you love. So, these are what are sitting outside. 1, 2, Just the colour of the sitting room as well. 3. How much? Do you know British money? So you have $1. If you're in America, we have £1. How much? Do you want to guess? So I go into the charity shop and I say to her, those gifts, presents outside, how much are they? 50 pence. I said there's 3 of them. 50 pence. 50 pence. I gave her £2. 50 pence. That's just crazy. Merry Christmas. So you stole from the charity shop? Don't think so. Oh, what, the beauty products? No, not allowed to sell them. They're not allowed to sell them. So I haven't stolen anything. The lady was going to put them in the bin. I'm just wondering about what kind of mind would think like that. Not mine. I looked at it as a gift. But you do you. Cheers. Cheers. Seriously. You're stealing from a charity shop. Not stealing, am I? Stealing's going into somewhere and literally taking it when you're meant to pay for it. Yeah? It was a gift, very clearly. Some people. Well, it just shows them what kind of mind they have, isn't it? Anyway, I like my gifts. And I stole from a charity shop, yeah? Where these were 50 pence. And I gave them 4 times the amount. Anyway. Merry Christmas to you. Begrudging somebody receiving a gift. Had to look for the floor. Well, I'd say pick yourself up off of the floor because that's real stinking thinking. Okay. Anyway, I'm getting through this so that I can go and enjoy my evening. And not have to deal with anyone who's negative. Nah. Merry Christmas to you, and I bet you're a pleasure to be around. Not. I'm talking to the ones who are negative and just want to kind of, I don't know, piss on someone's joy. You're going to be disarmed. Okay, I read this. That's a terrible Gruffalo. I don't want to... Actually, I don't know. I'm like kind of getting a bit sick of tapping into this masculine's energy. Like really, honestly. Cozy night in. The Gruffalo's child. Let's see whether this is worth my attention. Paper snowflakes. Make a Gruffalo cave. A cozy night in. Invitation time. That's making your snowflake now. Snowy hot chocolate. Movie night. I'm going over to the feminine's energy. This is it, Divine Feminine. Wow, the 24th is like a really big one. It's like a Mahusiv door. Masculines don't have that. It would be so nice to tap into some fresh energy. When I saw like the true love today, I said to them, our world needs that. Like that's, as a Q&A sticker, cool thing about your town. I got people who are in love walking around it, like true love. Oh, it's just the way he said, I knew. It was love at first sight. It's like, I know that feeling. Anyway, 24. And you can just see the sincerity. 23, my throat's tickling now. Snow puppy. Do you know what, guys? I'm not really feeling it. I'm just being honest. Yeah. A snow puppy. The energy that's coming through, I'm going to look at the big one, is the masculines are really, they're going to be left like to their own devices and just see what they get up to, really. Like, not for us, but I don't know. Something's coming through about them being grown men. Whether or not they're grown men now, I just don't feel that they're our responsibility or anybody else's apart from their own. There's this energy of like being left, like to sit with themselves, like that cozy night in. Not a lot of people actually like, you know, to sit with themselves. It's like they can't do that. We have the Nutcracker. We have the Nutcracker book. That's interesting, isn't it? Do I feel like reading the Nutcracker? Oh, it's, yeah, lots of different stuff. Let's see what it says. They're going to the ball. Suddenly, it's Christmas presents. We just had a look at them. Let's look for the clues. Christmas presents. Suddenly, there was a knock at the door, and there, Uncle Drosselmeyer swept into the room. So that takes me to that lady sweeping into my shop today. Carrying presents. He gave Fritz a toy horse and handed Clara a wooden Nutcracker doll. During the night, Clara went to bed, tired after the party, but she was woken by a loud noise. She crept downstairs to discover that her Nutcracker doll had sprung to life and was fighting a giant mouse. As Clara screamed, the mouse scurried away. The Nutcracker. All of a sudden, everything was magically transformed. The Nutcracker stretched out his hand to Clara and invited her to join him on an exciting adventure. Snowy sky. Clara and the Nutcracker climbed into a sleigh and soared into the sky above a snowy forest. Snow angels twirled beneath them and snowflakes tumbled through the air. I feel they're the ones that the Divine Masculine was making. Like making snowflakes. The land of sweets. When the sleigh landed, Clara was amazed to see a magical world. It was filled with cupcake houses and lollipop flowers. A magnificent palace sat among frosty mountains. The Sugar Plum Fairy. Suddenly, a magnificent fairy appeared. "This is the Sugar Plum Fairy," said the Nutcracker. The fairy curtsied and announced that tonight there would be a party to thank Clara for rescuing the Nutcracker from the giant mouse. Saying goodbye. The party was wonderful, full of dancing, fine food, music and laughter, but it was now time to leave. Tears ran down Clara's face as she waved goodbye to the Nutcracker. Christmas Day. When Clara opened her eyes, she was back at home. She glanced down to see her nutcracker doll. Everything had seemed so real, but maybe it had just all been a dream. What do you think? What do I think? I feel like this is like the magical lands that the divine masculine and divine feminine escape to, like together, and then they have to go home. And it's like things don't feel so clever. Like the goodbye, the crying. Merry Christmas, everyone. I'm not feeling the effects of it this year. Previous years have been really hard, but not this year. This year's been about healing. Healing. Finding a way. Working on healing. Yeah, working... I want to say like working my way through it, but the song that's coming through is I'll be working my way back to you, babe, with a burning love inside. That's what it's going to take. A burning love. A burning desire. A burning desire. That doesn't wobble. That's not unsure. That knows. That's like love at first sight. You know. I best go. Well, we'll pull a few cards, but I have a daughter that's waiting upstairs and she's waiting for her mummy to get off of inconveniently being live. Hey, I wasn't expecting her home for night. Well, I did say 8 o'clock I needed to be done by, so let's put a few tarot cards. I think I might speak to you guys in the morning. Most of you will still be like sleeping and Santa will still be doing his rounds, but depending what our time difference is, I imagine, a bit of free time in the morning before Emily gets up, because we're not doing our presents until we go to Megan's, but we're going out about 10:30, so I'll be up, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed. I was this morning, like 5 o'clock this morning. Anyone think I was hosting Christmas? It's like I don't need to do anything. I just need to show up. All Jamie said was, you don't need to bring anything, just yourself. And everyone's so excited. Like they're excited about their gift giving. I can't wait to see what I've received. I mean, I'm really excited about giving my own gifts, but they look excited. Like, I can't wait to give you a gift. I can't wait until you... It's like, oh my, what have I got? They know that I'm going to like it. So, But I shall spend some time with Emily. I am like on the last episode of Stranger Things, so I've caught up. I'm on season 5, episode 4, and I haven't got long left. Like to watch 20 minutes maybe, and then the next set's out on Boxing Day, or Boxing Day, 1 a.m. I wish you all, I know that I'm going to pull some cards quickly, I wish you all the most magicalest of Christmases. I don't know where the cards are. What are you doing over there? I mean, first of all, we have no sound. Now, we're not going to start that nonsense. This is a different device. There's no reason for this device to not give me any sound. We've got the devil on the bottom of the deck. It's not even the devil. It's the tower. Okay, let's have a quick message. And then I'm out of here. You know what, I don't know all of it. Otherwise I'd read it to you. But my favourite, I don't know it all off by heart. The first bit I do. And some parts of it. Listen, it's the night before Christmas. Yeah? And that story, I think I have it. I was going to look for it. Well, if it's only applicable for today, I might still look for it. And if I can, I'm going to sneak back on Lucy. When Emily's not looking, I'll sneak back on. Anyway, it's the night before Christmas. It is my favourite Christmas book. But I've had the book since I was a child. And I started thinking, where is that book? And it could be in with memorabilia. What's that that's just gone to the floor? I used to love that book. It was the night before Christmas when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care in hopes that St. Nicholas would soon be there. The children were nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads, and Mama in her kerchief and I in my cap had just settled down for a long winter's nap. Queen of Wands in reverse. Come on, let's turn her around. Resting in reverse. Devil in reverse. That's interesting. That's actually quite good because it's like, come on, let's turn this around. Resting and rejuvenating, but that looks like, look at this. He's fall from grace. That would be falling away from grace, won't it? If you look at the Divine Feminine as being grace, okay, amazing grace. How sweet the sound. Amazing grace. She's in reverse, okay. Fallen, look from, onto like this bed of nails, okay. Like it's a haunted house, a torture house or something. The house of horrors. And then we've got the devil in reverse. Which makes me feel like she's not the devil, is she? It's like she's your lover. They're the lovers. And the connection feels toxic because you can't like shake it. Doesn't mean it's toxic, does it? What else could it mean? If you can't shake the feeling and the addiction and this burning, passionate desire, what else could it be? Love? True love? Just throwing that out there. Car beeping. Just because it's like different, unique, rare, that doesn't mean that it's toxic. Look at this burning. It's like, seriously? Okay. There's a stick of dynamite being stuck up this masculine's arse. Oh, he's got to ask the feminine something. Because he feels chained. And if you feel chained, and there's a burning desire, and even in your separation, you still feel chained. Didn't say anything about Jesus, did I? Why'd you come on here doing that crap? Preaching all religious stuff to me. I'm not dissing anyone. I'm not dissing Jesus. I'm not dissing God. I'm not dissing any religion. People walk around looking for trouble. So I didn't say anything. Only the story that you made up in your frigging mind of what I said. That's just so cheesy. Can I delete you? Well, I'm not even going to ask permission to get you off my channel. Can I follow you because my mum always told me to follow my dreams? Where do these people come from? What do you think their environment is? Are they sitting there alone doing this kind of stuff? Bots? No, I don't think they're bots. I just think they're sad people. And people are even sadder who accept that as being our norm. I'm just going to keep pulling these motherfuckers up. There's just no, I don't know, it's just rude, not doing it. And I'm going to pull people up about it and say that's rude. And if enough of us do it, maybe they'll stop. We don't need to do anything. They have no manners. You're right. That's like my thing at the moment. I go through like, you pick up what you're practicing. And I'm practicing putting people in their place. I'm not walking around doing it, but especially if you're rude to me or disrespectful. Yeah. I don't live like that. So for me, I noticed that we don't do that in my unit. We don't disrespect each other. We're a loving, caring. We go out of our way for each other. We're not like a burden to each other. It's just nice. So, yeah. They do say that respect starts at home or it doesn't start at all. I could never imagine my children going online and, I don't know. I'm not saying like that they're angels, they are, but, you know, perfect, but they have manners. They have manners. So really, do the parents have manners? Are the parents pulling up their children on their manners? I do think it's really despicable. When you watch programs now, why are kids just swearing like it's normal? I never told my children not to swear. They chose not to. And my eldest daughter, who turns 26 next month, still won't swear in front of me. She still beeps stuff out. I say, you really don't need to do that. She said, it doesn't feel right, Mum. I said, that I love it. I love the fact you have respect. And then the youngest one, well, she's 22. And she'd do the swearing, like, oh, for fuck's sake, and stuff like that. Not at me. My children would not swear at me or... I think Megan has once, and I think she called me a bitch. Just in her teenage years. And I knew then it was like, oh, she's pushing it because she doesn't do that. We don't do that. I don't swear at them. I don't guilt trip my children. I don't ask anything of them, apart from do what makes you happy. And if you ever need a friend, you've got me. They're my bestest of friends. Anyway, divine masculine energy. And we have knowing without knowing. As in, you know that you're a divine masculine. And someone's not going to come along and give you the title, although I say that, the divine feminine will have her heart set on someone that she sees the potential, potential, something about their credentials. So she sees, she knows, without knowing, but she just knows when something feels right. And it's the divine feminines, like you've chosen to call yourself and to become a divine feminine. And you feel very comfortable referring to yourself as a divine feminine. Because when you chose to, let's say, take on that role, you become it, don't you? Like with that book, The Gruffalo, he's a Gruffalo and he's got like, I don't know, terrible paws and terrible claws and, well, he's going to become that. It's self-talk, isn't it? So the divine masculine has to claim his own status. I am the divine masculine. Well, best act like one then. And I want to be a divine feminine. I want to represent divine feminineness, true love, a loving way, a loving path. It's a privilege and an honour to feel worthy enough to state it. The only thing that ever comes to mind is, like, when I think about the title of Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine, I do believe that people are becoming more aware of divineness. It's like divine role modelling of the terminology, let's say that. But I'm always taken, like it happened when I was on a train quite a lot of years ago, and I was on this train and I'm thinking, if I was to stand up now and say, like, to the whole train, which I wouldn't have an issue doing, like standing up or addressing, well, I think when you're a divine feminine or a divine masculine, what's there to be afraid of? You stand in your truth. So I felt like I wanted to stand up and say, would anybody, no, it's not, it was more about, could the real Slim Shady, but not that, but could the real divine feminines and divine masculines please stand up? And I wondered how many people would actually know what I'm talking about. Now, if somebody else on the train done that, I would just stand up. Could all the divine feminines in the room please gather? I'd go. Without hesitation. Okay, it's like what's coming through is like, if anybody is going to do the role, I'd put myself forward. I feel competent enough. I feel competent in all that I do. It's not ego-based, well. I just feel capable. So that's just interesting that come through. I feel like, will all the shady ones please stand out? I feel they're going to stand out like a sore thumb. It's like you're not to feel sorry for them. Okay. But that doesn't work. We've got a master manifestor here. Why am I crying? I'm not crying. Crying over you. See, I don't have an issue telling you. Well, I have. If I cry, I'm not embarrassed about crying. There's nothing to hide. Mrs. Mystic, the Queen of Wands. Okay, right, give me some more cards because I really need to go and exercise my rights. It's a family time. What the fuck's that about? got some presents to wrap still. Right, okay. But I wish you all the most magical of Christmas. Oh, my daughter's here. Hi, Em. Look, I put on my glasses. Em, I'm sorry, darling. I just said I'm going to exercise my rights for family time, and she's found me. Emily, 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 wait till you see these parcels, Em. I've got them all lit up. Did you see Mummy's message about how much they cost? 50 pence! And I was speaking about our cosmetics. Well, they're not cosmetics, are they? Beauty products, hair products. £1,105.10. Where did you get the 10 pence from? Were you not rounding it up? 10 pence. Anyway, let Mummy just show these cards, and then it's Christmas Eve. Santa's coming, Santa's coming, a match made in heaven. Like, do not retaliate. That makes me feel as if I don't push against that. If it's destined, we got fear, false evidence appearing real, and another chance. Any more? Oh, she is the Earth Mother. You told me a number, so I put the number. Oh, so I put that number. I don't remember saying 10 pence. Maybe I did. Or did I show you the screen? It's all good, darling. Waiting for an answer. Balance giving and receiving. That's what we're going to do, Em. An offering of a fruitful opportunity. It was in reverse. Oh, it's like, what did you offer? I'm talking to the Divine Masculine. What did you offer in return to the Earth Mother? Oh, before I go, let me just quickly tell you about something that came through earlier. And it was about, you know, if you're feeling sorry for yourself, saying, I try so hard and I'm so helpful and I help so many people and I always do this and I always do that and this and that. What I want to ask you is, but in what type of spirit do you do that? Like, if you're wondering where, like, your results are, your reward, the reciprocity of giving and receiving back, when you're doing all of what you do, in what kind of state of being are you in? Are you complaining? Are you resentful? Are you doing stuff that you don't really want to do? Do you feel used and abused? Do you feel obligated? Because if you're operating under those like principles, that's not what the point is. You know, you're trying your best. You're trying your best, yeah? Try your best to be loving and helpful and to spread positivity. You'll then see the reward. Whatever you do, do it with a joyful heart. Okay, it's not about what you do. It's about how you do it. Much love. Merry Christmas. Okay, take care.